Q4 2025 and 2026 are going to be big in terms of games and releases, and this is especially true in the gacha game space. With several major players making pivots in their marketing and monetization strategies, the genre as a whole continues to move toward a more widely accepted mainstream model. But can they overcome some of the prejudices that existed from their predecessors? Today, I'm going to talk about some of the upcoming games I'm excited for. Let's get into it. Let's kick things off with the closest one, Blue Protocol Star Resonance by Bandai Namco. Blue Protocol is a live service MMORPG coming to mobile and PC with full crossplay functionality. It features a traditional tank DPS healer style character configuration system and focuses highly on skill progression, social experiences, collection, and challenging group or solo content like raids and dungeons. There are 8 different classes, each with specializations, unique skill trees, and a limited class ability system wherein abilities have to be chosen strategically, as not every ability can be activated. This presents a lot of build crafting potential for those of you interested in that. Characters will also feature 2 ability slots dedicated to Battle Imagines, which are essentially the same thing as Echoes in Wuthering Waves, allowing you to summon them to the fight or even transform into them to fight. Characters and gear are player-built and freely farmable, and the gacha in the game is mostly centered around the Battle Imagines and cosmetics. From my research, the Imagines are also freely craftable, but insanely limited thanks to special limited daily materials that prevent free farming of the Battle Imagines. Several of the players that I've seen make posts about the game said that the game is pretty free-to-play friendly, and one major content creator who covered the game, Braxophone by the way, you can find his link in the description, also backed this claim in his review of the game. If you're a fan of games like Diablo, this game will likely appeal to you. And, good news, guess what? It's dropping October 8th. Next up is pretty obvious. It's Anata by Naked Rain and NetEase. Anata's an absolute phenom right now, showcasing elements of Grand Theft Auto, Spider-Man, Batman Arkham series, Yakuza, Watch Dogs, and Just Cause, in a brilliantly colored world with a colorful cast of characters and seemingly limitless amounts of freedom. Anata is an urban, open-world RPG with a focus on single-player and large-scale multiplayer events. The open world is said to be procedurally generated, and it looks to have a ton of activities to complete. Characters will be available for free, with the gacha banners being cosmetic in nature. I talked about this game in a previous video, but it looks simply amazing. It's like some kid somewhere made a wish list of their favorite game mechanics, and a team of absolute mad lads said, "Hold my beer, I've got you, and we're gonna make it anime style." And thus, we got Anata. The game looks seriously impressive, and I honestly can't wait to get some hands-on with it. It's expected to release in 2026. Alright, since we're already in the ballpark, let's talk about Neverness to Everness by Hata Studio and Perfect World. NTE is an urban open-world action RPG that features a dual-world environment, including a front world and a supernatural back world. Front world is a cyberpunk-esque metropolis players will explore with their characters during their day-to-day lives, while back world is a supernatural, distorted version of the same city where players will battle the supernatural and progress the story. This dual-world system is a super interesting concept, and the open-world hetero looks super good. Hopefully I'm saying that right. As the player, you'll act as an appraiser investigating various anomalies and mastering Esper abilities to fight off supernatural threats. But the game has a ton of mechanics to offer, including driving, property management, exploration, and a ton of other features that put it in line with competing directly with Anata. Unlike Anata though, the traditional gacha is allegedly said to still be intact here, as players are expected to pull on the gacha for cosmetics as well as characters as far as we presently know. There are quite a few open-world urban RPG games coming out, and among the top rings of them sit Anata and NTE. Moving along, next up is Arknight's Infield by Hypergraph and Graphline. Arknight's Infield is an open-world action RPG with factory, simulation, and base-building elements. Set on the planet Talos 2, the story follows an administrator who awakens to find that they have amnesia. The game has showcased some familiar faces from the Arknights franchise, such as Maria Neural and Suzerain, so if you're familiar with that series, you'll likely enjoy this one. From what I've seen, the gameplay revolves around building a squad of 4 characters and using them to defeat enemies. When in battle, you'll control one of 4 characters in your squad, but you can call the other team members to battle using combo skills. You can also swap between the team's characters at will to change which character you're playing. Each character has a gear set that can be crafted for them, and the weapons all have an essence that needs to be obtained and are very RNG based, but boost the weapon stats substantially. So basically the same thing as catalysts in Destiny Rising. Each character only has one weapon though, so from what I've heard, the grind isn't too terrible given that fact. Base building seems to also play a major role in the game, being a primary driver of progression. It's expected to release in 2026, and honestly, I'm really excited for it. It looks really good. Next up is perhaps one of my most hype entries here, Duet Night Abyss by Pan Studios and Hero Games. Hero Games and Pan Studios' upcoming game, Duet Night Abyss, is a fantasy hybrid action RPG featuring a dual narrative story perspective. It's pretty famous right now for its recent decision to remove the gacha banners and stamina systems from the game entirely, transitioning from a gacha to a full-on hybrid action RPG, much in the same vein as Warframe. From what I've seen so far, they've got 15 playable characters, 5 main factions, and allegedly over 500 weapons falling into one of 12 weapon types, 6 melee and 6 range types. The game combines elements of Warframe and Wuthering Waves with fluid and fast-paced gameplay that marries melee combat with ranged combat. It also includes Warframe-like movement, including double jumps, a bullet jump-like mechanic, and even an aim glide. Characters can equip a melee weapon and a ranged weapon, and their kits consist of 2 abilities and an ultimate. Every character can also freely equip every weapon, allowing for full customizability of which weapons the character uses, though there are preferred weapons for each character, which is static to the character, and there's also a full-fledged equipment system called Demon Wedges, as well as a skill tree for leveling character skills. The game is releasing October 28th, and it looks to be an awesome addition to my own lineup. Expect to see a lot of content on the game on this channel because it just calls to me, man. I'm telling you, you guys don't understand. This looks like such a good game. It's gonna be... I get the feeling it's gonna be good. Anyways, moving on. Next up is Azure Familia by Manju. Azure Familia is an upcoming fantasy RPG that combines Genshin and Pal World to make a new open-world creature companion gacha game. The trailer shown showcases various creatures and characters riding those creatures, wielding weapons, and exploring, which is further explored in the 12-minute gameplay demo they also released. In the demo, players can be seen using characters and abilities from their 3 character squads to fight and tame monsters, which they also summon in battle and for traversal. The game looks a lot like an anime fantasy-style Pal World, and honestly, I'm here for it. Other notable showcased mechanics include base building, farming, and crafting, so if that sounds like something that interests you, then keep an eye out for more info on this game. The release date is pending, but it's likely we could see this one drop in 2026. So if fantasy RPGs with base building, farming, and creature collection are up your alley, make sure to pre-register for this one today. Next up, Rewinding Cadence by Solaris Studios and Tencent. Rewinding Cadence is a time loop ARPG with open world exploration and combat systems. Team squads are 3 characters which can be freely swapped between, and the game has fast-paced combat with dodge mechanics, abilities, and ultimates. Honestly, the game looks fantastic, and it gave me a lot of like Wuthering Waves vibes from the gameplay I've seen. Some of the abilities showcased include parrying, dodging, and QTE ability triggering. Interestingly enough, there also didn't seem to be a stamina bar that I could see, which kind of makes me believe that you can just dodge without restraint, which is absolutely awesome. The gameplay trailer also showcased characters with multiple weapons and vehicles, and the character dialogue showed different branching options that seem to influence the story in different ways, depending on the answers chosen. If you're a fan of Wuthering Waves, this one will be on your list to watch out for because it has a lot of woo-woo vibes and some additional mechanics. This game is slated for release in Q4 2025 or early 2026 with no official set release date as of yet. And finally, I've saved the best for last. Silver Palace by Elementa. Silver Palace is a Victorian, steampunk-stylized fantasy action open-world RPG that seems to combine elements of Fallout with Wuthering Waves. But man, am I floored. Talk about stylized. The metropolis of Silvernia looks amazing, and the trailer built up all the hype I think that we're looking for, and then some. The story revolves around your character, the detective, investigating crimes and uncovering hidden truths in Silvernia. You'll encounter various factions all vying for control, and engage in combat with a dynamic combat system featuring staples like real-time character switching, skills, ultimates, and QTE combo chains. Honestly, the game looks breathtaking. and the Victorian steampunk aesthetic really took me back to Unbreakable Machine Doll. If you haven't watched that, by the way, you probably should. It's actually really, really good. But this game has a much darker and more mysterious tone. The detective seems like such a cool character, and honestly, there wasn't anything in the reveal trailer I didn't like. Mounts, cars, guns, vats, steampunk, Victorian, open world. There are too many wins here to count. The worst thing about this game, so far, is that we have no idea when it's releasing. So, yeah, here's hoping to a 2026 release. Plus, I mean, God, just look at this character design. Whew, my God, that's impressive. Anyways, I digress. There's a ton of other good games releasing in late 2025 and 2026 that I didn't even mention here today, but one thing's for certain. If you like mobile games and gacha, or gacha-adjacent titles like I do, it's a great year to be a fan. From the more traditional MMO games like Blue Protocol Star Resonance, to gachas breaking chains and tearing down traditions like Anata and Duet Night Abyss, to stylized AAA quality options like Silver Palace, there's never been a better time to give mobile games and gachas a second look. As we draw this video to a close, I want to pose this question to all of you. What did you see today that got you excited? Were you surprised by any of the titles on this list? Comment down below and let me know your thoughts. That's all for now, but I'll see you later in this week for my next video, and spoiler, it's about Hellhest and Destiny Rising. Later.